Lance Charles, LA Eco Party, here with Joanne from TransitionLA. What are we doing here? How do we get in this mess?
Well, we're in quite a mess, actually. Transition Los Angeles is taking a look at what life is going to be like after the oil age. What is life going to be like after oil? This is a chart that describes oil production over time, and we're currently delving into the second half of our planetary oil supply. And that means that within the coming few years, a lot of things are going to change a whole lot. Our food supply is very heavily dependent on oil. Our water supply here in Los Angeles, hugely dependent on oil. 18% of the state's electricity goes towards moving and cleaning our water. Our clothing, we currently have things grown on one continent. We move to another continent to manufacture them, move them to another continent to sell them. Can't do that very well without oil. So a lot of things are going to change dramatically. So our group helps communities take a look at these issues and say, where are we going to get some of the basics? How are we going to function without oil? And so we'll do things like teach organic vegetable gardening classes. We have a garden in Westchester, and we'll teach classes right out of that garden to let people know how to grow food. We are helping local communities set up local economies so that they can network between local businesses. People can exchange like a sophisticated barter system so that they can exchange goods and services without the need for cash. We teach cooking classes. We teach all kinds of different things to let people know what life can be like. We're part of an international network as well, the Transition Movement, but it definitely does come down to our communities, because when we have removed the ability to move around the planet the way we've become accustomed, who else is there going to be except for whoever's over the back fence? But that's not such a bad thing, because in the time that I've been doing this, discovering who's over my back fence has been a pretty fun thing.
LA Eco Party is just so glad to be here and to promote what you're doing, and keep up the good work.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Okay, yeah, it's been a challenge tonight, you guys, but this is our first report. Now, as you know, we've had Alex Rivera's hydrogen conversion systems installed in both of our vehicles, and we're going to be doing our first report today. First of all, I know I can say right off the bat, when I first got into my truck after the conversion was done, the conversion took 4 or 5 hours. When I first got in the truck to do the test drive, I immediately noticed that my truck had more power, and I immediately noticed that it was running much more smoothly. Just prior to installing this in my truck, and I have a 98 Ford Explorer Sport, never got great gas mileage at all. Prior to installing it, my engine wasn't running that well, and I actually started thinking to myself, am I going to have to think about getting a new vehicle soon? Right. This system installed, my engine runs so smooth now. When I'm in LA, when I'm in traffic, I forget my car's running. I can barely hear it with the sound from outside.
I felt the same way. I felt, when I first got the thing in, I had a lot more punch and power. I could definitely say that without question. It felt like a new car. Stuff that was going on in the rear that I never even knew I had power.
You know that surge you get when you're trying to get onto traffic and you're like, come on, please, I can do it. This one gets going right away.
Yeah, your acceleration, boom. I've noticed when I need the speed and the acceleration, it's there. Now, some nitty gritty. So what does that mean? That means our horsepower increased. Now, we don't know exactly what it increased, but I can tell you I noticed that my horsepower increased. I'm sure my torque increased because it's supposed to, but I have no way of testing that.
The test that I've done on an 89 Ford, it's a 460 motor, regular gasoline. So I did a dyno test on it, got another 7 more horsepower and 27.33 more foot-pounds of torque.
Wow, that's significant.
Oh, it's much easier hauling.
But I do want to say that there was not a lot of flashy, big-time gas savings, and I was a little worried. But the main thing here is that Alex Rivera is in this picture. And he's just been like, no problem, bring it over, let's talk about it, let's get this thing going. And he worked on it a couple times. I wasn't getting the big dramatic gas mileage.
I understand there was a vapor leak, you had a vapor leak?
Yeah, and he's like, well, here, look. And it was bubbling. So I had to tighten it down, and now all of a sudden, this is the big headline. Okay, I drive to 29 Palms and back at least once a week. I get 150 going and 150 coming back. Well, this time I got up to 385 miles on one tank of gas.
On one tank.
That's extra 85 miles. And that's
Oh my gosh.
That's about 30%, and that's what we predicted.
Okay, great. Now,
So I'm here to say.
what I noticed in terms of the mileage was that there was a little bit of a learning curve for my car, I guess. That my mileage did not increase significantly for the first day or so, but right after that, I started getting a significant increase in mileage. My city miles, I'm averaging around 2 to 3 more miles per gallon, but my highway miles is where I really have a significant change. I did a trip to Vegas and I did a trip back, and
City
both
miles are always
ways.
tough.
Yeah, I got almost 22 miles per gallon, and my average prior to the hydrogen conversion system was under 14 miles per gallon.
That's huge.
And on the highway, on the freeway now, I'm getting almost 22. That's 7 miles per gallon more.
And when I see 85 extra miles, I'm like just smiling.
Money in your pocket, right?
Money, it's real money.
And you feel good because you're now pumping oxygen out into the atmosphere.
That's really
Oh, and this is something that we should mention. We both did before and after smog tests. Now my car passed smog on the first test, but my second test, significant reduction of all my emissions, and I noticed all of a sudden my O2, I'm pumping all kinds of O2 into the atmosphere. So these negligible emissions that my car is putting out, because it's still burning gas, is now offset completely by the fact that I'm pumping oxygen back into the atmosphere. So I feel good about it, and my car is running better.
Here's the thing, radical resource productivity. If we're going to use oil, we can now use oil without harming the planet. We can get more benefit.
Or we can at least
work out of
reduce
that.
our harm
We can reduce
to
our
as
harm to a
small as
huge amount,
possible.
but we can get more benefit out of it. So we're squeezing every ounce of power out of that thing.
Want to thank Alex Rivera for coming by. Again, please go to howtosavefuel.com. You can check out all the details. If you have any questions, you'll see the answers to them there. Lance and I will continue to report.
I can't wait to continue to report. I'm expecting really great things, and I can't wait to have you all there. Keep tuning in, and then we're having a blast on LA Eco Party. Thanks for being here.
Thanks so much. Okay, Alex Rivera, we'll see you next time, buddy.